Hello, and a fine day to you. If you find my voice more sultry than usual, it is because I am using a microphone which was left to me by a dear friend of mine. So, everyone say thank you, Mr. James. All right, today I wound up green on the day. It was a green day. I did not expend all of my buying power. I didn't fire off all my gunpowder, so that is awesome. I did make a couple mistakes, had a couple errors, a couple good lessons, and that's okay. So, without further ado, let us review. Um, I slept longer than usual. I guess my body needed it. That's fine. Good for my body. I got to the market a little bit later because I was meditating, which was awesome. Had a very good meditation, but I was anxious to get into the market. I tell you what, I wanted to be here. So kind of took me a minute to get into it. That's neither here nor there. All right, so the S&P 500 was popping up. There was volume profile resistance right in this region from about 389 to about 389.50 to about 389. And so as I see this curling action here in the morning, I see this doji with low volume and this little push. So I saw the doji with low volume, and my intent was to grab a put. Well, I accidentally bought a call, so um, that was actually going really well. uh, and that's what tipped me off because I was like, wait a minute, the SPY is pushing, but the cost of this premium is going up, so that does not compute. And then I realized, oh snap, I'm holding a call right now. So it was a great opportunity to follow one of my new rules. I made a fat finger mistake, and even though it was going in my favor, I immediately exited to the best of my ability. So I played it right, and it was break even, and I'm proud of that. And so if I had got that put, I may have stopped out, but I was right about the little bitty pullback. So I did see that pullback coming, and um, and yeah, so I'm proud of that call. So it pops back up, puts in another doji, and I missed my shot. I didn't get filled on the put that I tried to buy, and I was waiting. I got a similar entry opportunity. I took it because my thesis was still intact. And so the SPY is like tight in this range up against this volume profile. And I am not accustomed to this kind of action in the S&P 500. There's just all these long-legged candles or candles with long wicks. Some of them long leg dojis, some of them hammers, shooting stars. You got the works here, but I had a stop and I had a target. And one thing that I'm really trying to work on is sticking to my stop and sticking to my target. So it's one or the other. I'm either going to stop out or I'm going to get what I'm aiming for. And that should lead to more conservative targets in theory. Um, but this is my first day getting back into that practice. So I grabbed this put and I was right, but I gave it a pretty wide risk, and I'm not sure if that was a good idea, because it also made me more stubborn. It didn't get to my target. Theta decay was killing me, so it was a put contract, and so theta is the passage of time, or the change in the price of the contract over the passage of time. And So as time was passing and nothing was happening with the S&P 500, um, my contract was decaying, and that was killing me. So even as the price of the SPY was slowly going down, the price of my contract, my premium, was remaining about the same. And eventually the SPY pushed back up, and I wound up stopping out at my stop loss, which is fine. I'm proud of that trade. I'm proud of myself for sticking through it. It was good. Um, so then the SPY ramps up. I think at this point, yeah, 12 o'clock, I went and walked my dog and uh, thought about having lunch and stuff like that. I came back and I see this kind of flag forming, and it was great because I was on the phone, and it was another opportunity to practice following a rule which I had made. And that new rule is that I don't get to make trading decisions when I'm on the phone. So I marked that it was going to go down there, or that I thought it was going to go down there, and it did. It had a nice little pullback. But then it rebounded off of this trend line, and I actually got a put at the high of day. So at resistance, risking resistance, and the and it continued down. And it I don't think that I had a target per se. I was I don't think that I was very clear with my target, and I should have been. So one thing that this trade taught me or reminded me is, like, believe what you know. Believe what you know. So here you can see that the volume is staying about the same, but these candles are getting smaller and smaller. And so that's stopping volume. That's an indication that it's going to reverse. And then it put in this high volume move to the upside. And at first I was thinking, well, it's just like popping up to test a little bit. And I was right, but I could have been right a lot sooner. So I could have made more on that put than I did. I saw the push, I ignored it. It was pushing more. I grabbed profits. So believe what you know. And then of course I see this doji forming. I'm thinking that this is that the so there was the trend line from before, and now the SPY is under the trend line. It comes back up and touches the trend line. I'm thinking it's going to reject here because this trend line used to be support. Now it's going to be resistance. And lo and behold, I am correct. But I grabbed a put too soon and I stopped out right away. So then, but because I stopped out right away, because I stuck to my plan, I still had buying power for the day. So it wasn't the end of the world. The SPY puts in this shooting star, and I'm thinking it can't get back up to previous resistance. It's getting stuffed at old support, which is now resistance, that trend line. And so I grab a put, it comes down, I cash out at my target. So proud of that. And then it pops up, and I'm thinking the SPY is gonna. So it failed here at this 390 resistance. I'm thinking it's gonna drop down to 382, and I'm not proud of this trade. Um, I grabbed a put, and the SPY continued downward as I thought that it would. And then I just grabbed profits. I just took them, and that wasn't the plan. And I actually took them right before a major dump. And then that dump was right before another major dump. So I could have doubled my money in 20 minutes um, from where I exited. So I don't know. I think that at the end of the day, I was just a little bit tired and mentally exhausted, and I had exercised the stick to the plan muscle until that muscle was worn, and I just, I didn't have it in me, and I don't feel great about that. It was a good thesis. I made good money on it, but but it wasn't the plan. So we will have to consider that. But I did want to point out this excellent formation here. So you've got this resistance right across the top at 389, and then you've got this trend line that formed throughout the day, and that would have been or might have been a wonderful ascending triangle breakout, and one could presume that it would run $1.50. So that could have put it up to 392, 391.50. Um, just some basic technical analysis there. But it went ahead and failed the trend, and so it dumperooskied. Nice little rejection there. So we shall see what is to come. Thank you very much for watching, and have a wonderful time. Be kind to yourself and others. Bye.